part 2 of our Ventile coat review. It's September 24th, 3 a.m. and we're on the periphery of Hurricane Fiona. Pretty bad weather here, but I know a lot of people are getting it worse than me. So my thoughts are with you tonight. We're testing a double layer Ventile coat from Snow Sled Canada, and I've been out in this rain for probably 45 minutes now, enjoying the storm. This thing blocks the wind excellent. You don't feel anything at all through it. It has been shedding the water because a lot of it's ending up down in my rubber boots. In some spots it does look like the rain is soaking into the jacket, so it'll be interesting to see when I get home if it does come through both layers. So after a fun walk out in the hurricane the other night, I'm going to finish my review on my Ventile coats. We're going to geek out a little bit today and talk about single layer versus double layer Ventile. I have an example of both here. Both coats are from Snow Sled Canada, so they're both made to the same really high quality. This here coat was made as a military prototype, and it's in a single layer Ventile somewhere between L34 and L28, which means it's around 200 to 300 grams per meter square in weight. And this one here we wore in our first Ventile coat review. If you want to go back and watch that, I wore this out I think over an hour in some pretty heavy rains, and it performed really well for us. Over here is the one I wore out in the hurricane the other night, and this is the double layer Ventile. It's in what's called L34 Fabric. And here buddy. L34 is 170 grams per meter squared, so it's a lighter weight fabric, but when you double it up in the two layers, obviously it ends up weighing more. This one here I tried out in the hurricane, and after about an hour out in the rain, I came home, I opened it up and checked it out, and no moisture had come through the seams at all. So it did exactly what it was supposed to do. It blocked all the wind and weather and kept the rain off of me. And I think there is something to the cotton itself swelling and making an impermeable layer for water to go through. So my thoughts on this, after testing it out and both coats performing well out in the rain, not having any moisture come through them, I think I would prefer to have the L28, L24 to L28 weight in a single layer over the L34 in the double layer. This here ends up being the lighter weight as well as the more durable fabric. If I can get away with a single layer Ventile of a heavier fabric as opposed to the double layer Ventile, which ends up weighing more and isn't quite as durable, I think I would lean towards the single layer. And this here happens to be a Swedish military wool coat that I bought off of eBay. Really fantastic coat, and I may do a review on that as well someday. But I put single layer Ventile over the key areas of this here one, so that if by chance the shell ever were to get saturated, there's very slim chance that it would ever saturate through both this really heavy layer of Ventile as well as this Ventile layer down here on my insulating layer. I really like that combination of the single layer and my insulating layer with some Ventile over just the key areas. For wintertime, I have a really awesome combination here between the two. That's really what these are designed for. These coats are winter parkas, and they're an outer shell layer for northern climates. So they're really fantastic in the wintertime. I don't think anything would ever get through these in terms of moisture in those types of conditions, but by trying it in the rain, I'm really testing it out to see, what's the range of capabilities of Ventile. And so far it seems like this stuff could be worn, for season through anything, and it would hold up really well. Also, again, just as some benefits of this type of fabric that we covered in the first video, just like Gore-Tex, when you perspire in Ventile, it allows your perspiration to go out through the fabric, but when it rains, that rain hits the coat, it makes the fibers swell, and it won't allow moisture to go in through the coat. So it's like it acts sort of the same as Gore-Tex, only I think a lot better in terms of breathing. It's also quieter and it's more durable. So altogether, I think Ventile is really awesome stuff for people who are into bushcraft, or if you're you know, mountaineering, whatever it is you do outdoors for prolonged periods of time, I think Ventile would be a really great product. That's it for our Ventile review. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. And we appreciate you guys watching our videos. Is there anything else to say about this shit?